Yeah, it might be different on yours. Yeah, it'll be X for you.
Oh, fuck. This is fucking cool. I'm gonna be fucking Mario. Fuck it.
You must have.
I fucking misspelled the fuck out of that.
Why do you press the button so hard?
I don't know. It's because of clickies.
And you spelled over wrong.
Dude, what?
Damn.
Are you struggling over there, man?
I'm fucking. I told you. I'm pretty sure we got drugged tonight. I'm not even kidding.
You want to get drugged again?
No, I'm good.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't. I woke up Thursday or Wednesday morning. No, fuck, I don't even know what day it is.
Cheers.
I literally have not slept in almost 2 days. Like, I don't know how I'm still awake, but I am. I took a 20-minute nap.
I'm
today.
about to slip melatonin into your drink again.
Why not? Hey, bro, what's up? We're gonna play Call of Duty. So I only have one monitor with me now, so I am going to have to switch back and forth through monitors or through tabs.
Dude, this is fucking
What's your
awesome.
Competitive. Casual. Max.
Fuck yourself. Hopefully you crash, I guess.
Can't steer.
You really can't crash in this game though, so just turn and go.
Yeah, now I walked in the house and I was like, whose fucking brick is this? And I was like, oh no, it's David's computer.
Whose brick is this?
Yeah.
I guess good over. Okay. I feel like being toxic as fuck.
Dude, what fucking time is Dom?
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Dumbass.
off for like 1 in the morning.
Jesus.
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh.
You're good?
Yeah, these things are like noise canceling as fuck. Okay, rocket launcher it is. Where did my rocket launcher go?
You bitch.
Ooh, or should I run around
You
with a
what
knife?
you get, baby.
What the fuck? Oh,
Wait, you call me a bitch, but you're a fucking
Not
female.
you.
I did not see
Honestly,
you.
fuck yourself.
This is
You
supposed to
really
be
good
a
at it.
casual play. Why is this shit? Gotcha.
It's harder like this.
What's you wanna play it?
No, thank you.
Hey,
No, I'm good, man.
I'm fucking
Swear to
bored. I
God,
lost.
I die more on shipment than anything.
He said I lost. You're not last.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, the first time I played with Trevor, I beat his ass. So, you just have to get used to it on the Switch.
that's really no shit. Like, this is weird. Like, compared with screen to fucking big screen. Dude, what the fuck?
We just got pieced the fuck up. That was a fast one.
Damn.
Hey, shut the fuck up, coon.
Fucking camping ass bitch. Fucking mama little bitch.
If you lose, I'm gonna.
Damn.
No, we still won. I joined in last. Like, I probably work at a McDonald's.
We're watching the cops. I guess they're fucking you up, dude.
Call of Duty is so fucking toxic anymore. Somebody loaded me recorder.
Look, Richard should make it too. Oh, Dave.
What's up, Tony?
Dave, welcome. Dave.
What's up, bro?
It's just, tonight's just not night, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, they're not looking.
I'm doing horrible tonight. You can ask why.
Yeah, we just won a prisoner rescue round. He got 1 kill.
I got
That
1
was
kill because I
I'm
was
trying to-
pushing and then I was snapping. I was shooting. No, listen. I was shooting at this guy. I was shooting at him like 5 times in the head. None of my bullets registered. It did not do no effect.
I'm trying to run shit, man. I'm not trying to run quick.
Still
Play.
waiting, but boyfriend's shots missed.
No, I was sniping him, dude. I was
Go to-
literally
go to
targeting
shit,
him
man.
down,
Who's
scroll
gonna
down,
beat you,
sniping.
Go to shit, man.
Cheating.
Nathan might be trying to find his
I'm
Mac.
done with this game.
Mac. I'm a,
4 races.
Fucking let me do a goddamn game and no fuck this one.
Just about to say, like, I don't think he wants to go to heaven.
Dude, this is fucking
Oh,
crazy.
shit. I clicked my button. And then he invites me again.
How did I get fucked around?
Because you held the gas.
The fuck does that matter?
Yeah, bitch. She's right. You mother.
Fuck your fucking nuts, dude.
I'm about to fly off this place.
Weird Max.
Facebook is like the best like platform to post shit like this on because people just like scroll through and then they watch the live
Yeah,
On my
on
TikTok?
Twitch, it's, no, Facebook.
on Facebook. Yeah,
Okay.
YouTube's really very hard to like get people, but
It's YouTube and Twitch is
Yeah.
like difficult to get people on.
but Twitch is like kind of easier.
So, like with
Oh.
Twitch, is it like what people are looking for, or is
there's,
it
like-
just like streaming?
There's
what's trending?
different categories and stuff like that. And then there's
Okay.
different like tags you can put on them as well. So like if you're a woman, you can put like woman gamer or anything like that. If you're just chatting, you can put it in that
Gotcha,
category.
bitch.
Okay.
Just all sorts of stuff. So it's a lot more difficult to find like new streamers than compared to like big streamers already in those communities.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, like I always see this shit on TikTok, but I never really actually like try getting into it.
Yeah.
Everybody at work, PCs and shit. So it's like, I want to get into it. That's a lot of money, dude.
I eventually want to get my PC set up. I have an Xbox Series X in the back. So
Okay.
I just play on that.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I mean I got an Xbox, but I don't like Twitch and all like that.
Yeah.
The thing you also gotta like know about Twitch is like Twitch is a hard ad because besides just being able to go on TikTok and then like they're right there, you have to like have an account to go to their page and
Yeah.
like, and to be able to comment and stuff.
That's fair enough.
It's also nice because I have it linked in my TikTok bio, so you literally gotta press one button and it's right there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But how long did it take you to get there?
What, to 10K?
Yeah.
A couple months.
It's different for everyone. Trevor's been trying for like over a year and doesn't have what?
I think he's at like 60 followers, but he also, like, I post all my shit on TikTok. He does not use TikTok. But TikTok is a very, like, you know, when you're trying to
Big
build social
platform
media,
type deal. Yeah.
it helps out a lot. Because, like, when I go live, I'm just like, I just keep repeating myself and saying, click the link in my bio. And then, like, I'll go on there and look, and I have 1,000 more followers, or, you know, a couple hundred more followers.
Fuck.
Oh my god. I ain't even paying attention. I'm just. Oh, what the. You bitch. I'm on like KD going to shit right now.
I'm so exhausted.
I feel it, Alyssa.
But then that's fucking 2:30.
Oh fuck, dude, you got it worse. You got work tomorrow?
Fuck no.
You lucky bastard.
I wasn't
It's
gonna
like,
go
God, I wish that was me.
You have work tomorrow?
in. I wasn't gonna go in 3:30 to 8:30, but I was like, I worked 50 hours for the week. Fuck it.
You know, at that point, you're so
Oh,
full,
my
like,
$100 paycheck. I have $11. That's all I need.
What time is it?
yeah, my next day off is until fucking Tuesday.
Do we bring a window truck?
I have, what, Tuesday and Thursday off this next week, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it used to be like our schedule,
Bitch.
like,
Fuck you. I give a
so
fuck.
like Monday right now it's like a normal 8 hours, but if like orders drop in and we have more than like a certain amount, then we'll make it 10 hours.
yeah.
And so that's how it was for like Saturday too. Like if we still needed to catch up, like they would mandatory it. And so like people were getting aggravated because they're like, you know, like we never know when we're gonna have a weekend off. So they schedule, like people will schedule that Friday or that Monday off. That way they'll have Saturday off.
Yeah.
So they're using their PTO and vacation time just so they don't have to work. But they divided everybody up onto team 1 and team 2. So like team 1 will be like on call basically for one weekend, and then
Food kind of mess.
if they don't work, then the next weekend team 2 will be on call. But like ever since like they put us on teams, we haven't worked a Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Like nobody has. Like
What's up,
it's
bro?
always been
What's up,
volunteers. But the way that they're doing it now, they kind of like scratched out the teams. Not really scratched them out, but like if we need them, we know what team like we're on, because they've been doing like a volunteer list. So if they get a certain amount of volunteers, then just those volunteers will work. So it's been nice. I haven't really worked any weekends.
Yeah. Well, it's like, this upcoming week, I have Tuesday and Thursday off, and that's it. And then the week after, I have Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off.
Today was my last
Or
day off
Sunday,
until
and
next
then
Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Which I like, looked at my boss
I
earlier
didn't
and I was
work
like,
fucking
is everything
Fridays, let
okay?
alone Saturday.
Because, yeah, why? I was like, because you don't
I have every
give me
Friday off.
weekends off.
I was glad that I got today, like,
But,
this few hours off. Like, fuck, man.
yeah, I see your story all the time. You're fucking helping people out whenever
Dude,
crashes and shit.
I really can't lie. When it comes to semi-wrecks, that is fucking fun. I mean, it really sucks when there's a fatal. Like, so the other day we had one in Catlin on like
Yeah.
24 right there. The semi, so it was a pickup truck, a semi-truck, and there was a second semi-truck involved. Well, the second semi-truck, so the way that we just, like, when we talk about it is the red semi hit the blue semi.
Yeah.
There's a blue semi hit another pickup truck. So they were both at the light, like on the tracks, and the light barely turned green. And the pickup truck was barely going, so semi truck's only going maybe 5 miles an hour. Like that's even what the cops say. So and this other guy, the red semi was coming at least 60 and just rear-ended the blue semi. And so the dude just died because everything just got like compact in there. Like when we got there, you just saw like where the steering wheel was, how they ripped the door off of the draw light screw that they used.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. Like, this dude, there's no way of surviving. So, that's the only thing that sucks is when you get there and you know it's a fatal.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, we were there for at least 6 hours just trying to pick everything up. Because you had to separate the semi-trucks from the trailers. I mean, it was pretty crazy. And you're on the track. So, like, we had to make sure that no trains were coming down.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's pretty cool. But wintertime, it's always the best. Because people just slide off, like, on the sketches roads, they just slide off, and when you gotta go pull them out, and then you tell them like your bill's $600. They're like 600, and like, dude, you don't get it. Like, this truck makes $750 an hour as soon as it leaves our lot, but we're not charging you that just because it was a simple hook you up, tow you, and like winch you out, and within 5 minutes we get you out. But it's like they don't get the whole price wise.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny when they like. Their demeanor changes when it's like, it's this much, and they start bitching at you, and it's like, dude, we got a semi-truck here, we could tow your semi and trailer, call the cops to come pick you up, and it's like, oh, 600? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's like, it's their demeanor when it changes, it's kind of like a thrill for me, I guess.
I think my favorite thing about like being a manager in retail, especially like a younger manager,
This is
I've had like guys give my employees a hard time, and I'm younger than some of my employees.
Yeah.
So like, it's usually like middle-aged men. They're like, I want to speak to your manager, and then like little me comes out, like I am the manager.
Yeah.
I've had guys threaten my job over Funko Pops.
No shit, Funko
Oh,
Pop.
fuck.
Yeah, I've
No
had
shit, dude.
I've had that. I've had a woman a few weeks ago tried to return shirts from 2 years ago.
Oh, dude, come on.
Yeah, I've had that.
Where's your receipt at that point?
I had a guy try to
You would do
scam
that,
us. And try to get into our safe by saying that he was maintenance and something had to be repaired. So I had to like talk to Maryville cops, the security, had to go
Yeah.
ID
Wanna see
him
the
and all
rewards
other
one?
sort of stuff. So it's
Oh,
definitely
shit.
interesting, especially working in Maryville.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, this fucking
See, like, the most that we got here, the best one was, so it's our boss's wife, Debbie Rosser, dude. We
Okay.
call her the Pitbull, because she is the, like, anybody that comes for mechanic work, if they don't pay the bill in full, like, depending on what it is, like, we got customers where it's like, you could pay half, and then, you know, you take your truck, and you, because we know they're gonna pay it.
Yeah.
But there's new people that come in and, like, we're working on the trucks, and it's like, your bill's $300, because our labor rate is $110 an hour.
Yeah.
So say we work on the truck for 3 hours. You know, we're trying to come up break because we don't really charge them like labor wise, whatever, or like part wise, but because we do 20% on the parts. But they don't understand that. Well, we gotta pay for their parts is almost sometimes more than what they have to pay, and we eat the balance that
Yeah.
we're like subtracting. So, and then like they start freaking out. Well, Debbie, she'll straight tell you, you can give me your keys or you can give me the money. Give me your keys, you're not taking your truck. Give me
Yeah.
the money, you get to leave. But there was two females, you know, it was girlfriend. You could tell that one of them had the male demeanor, like, you know, persona pretty
Yeah.
much. So we told her girlfriend's car, it was her mom's car. So we told the car in, and whenever we come in, we always have to ask information. Like, if we don't know anything on the car, as soon as you walk in, like, hey, I'm here to pick up my car. Whose name is it under? Are you related to them? You
Yeah,
know,
you have to have some sort of
exactly. We
identification.
can't just be like, oh, you're here for this car? Yeah, you
Yeah.
pay the bill, go ahead. So, and it was the girlfriend, she said it was her fiance. It was her fiance and the fiance. And our boss, because I was in the room with her because I went with
Thank you
our
for
boss
coming.
and I told the car because it was on 65, went in the guard, like into the guardrail, like in the fence area type deal. So it was quite a bit of work. Mike already told me what the charges were, so I was telling Debbie. So then Debbie's like, okay, just wait real quick. She was like, whose car is it? Like, what's the name under?
Yeah.
You know, like, are you related? Well, the girl that crashed the car, it was her mom's car. Well, then Debbie's trying to talk to the daughter, and she's like, so what's your mom's name? Well, then the fiance comes in, oh, her name is this, this, and this. Her birthday is this, this, and this. Like, every answer, like, every question that Debbie was asking the fiance, the other fiance was answering. Well, Debbie gets pissed on that because she, like, straight direct.
Yeah.
She straight told her, she goes, I'm talking to her, ma'am. I'm not really talking to you. She's the daughter. And then the girl goes, well, I'm her fucking fiance. I know everything about her. So whatever you ask her, I can answer. Well, then Debbie goes, can you please step out of the room? Because, like, we're in her office. The lady goes, no, whatever you say to her, you can say to me. So she gets, like, defensive, like, hardcore. Debbie gets up, she goes, if you want, you can please leave. Like, I can call the cops, we can make a big deal, or you can just walk out and go to your car. Well, you know, and I'm, you know, not feminist at all. She was a guy. Like, she had, like, the buzz haircut, you know, she,
Yeah.
man clothes. So, you know, you can tell she was the man, pretty much. And then she's just going at Debbie. Well, then Debbie walks out of her office because then the girl was walking out. She goes, this is fucking bullshit. This is some stupid ass shit. Well, then Debbie walks out and goes, what the fuck did you just say? Well, then they're both like face to face. Dude, I thought Debbie was about to like knock this bitch out, dude. Like someone's gonna swing. But, and then the girl left. Debbie turns around. She goes, what a fucking bitch. So it's like things like that like just happen at the
Oh, yeah.
office. And it's like, nice. And it's like, I was working on trucks, dude, but like, you get to see this.
Yeah,
That's
well, it's like-
awesome.
Especially with how much like I'm at work constantly. I get like maybe 2 days off a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And like it's all customer service. I've had some of the wildest shit happen in that place.
Fuck.
I had some like old white guy come in, and that is important in this.
Okay, okay.
The only black girl I had on the floor, he gave her one of those like church pamphlets. It was like I don't even remember what it was. It was like one of the old ass church pamphlets. And I had like gone up to her because I saw she had it, and I was like, "Where did you get that from?"
I'll show it the
And she goes, "Oh, some like old guy gave it to me." And I was like, "Okay, is he still in here?" And she's like, I don't think so." She goes, "Is this like a racist thing?" I was like, "Seeing as you're the only one who got it, yes."
See, and it's funny too. So one day there was one guy, and he was in Crown Point. Remember Chloe Living?
Yes.
So her dad, before they moved to Florida, so there was 2 rollbacks that went out. So one guy, he was on Route 2, right outside of Lowell,
Yeah.
and he was going to, I think he was saying Valpo, but he was coming from Chicago, so he took 41, says 65 and all this. Well, he's going down, and his wheel, like his studs, snapped, so his wheel flew off. So he called somebody else to come pick him up, and like help him out. Their truck did the same exact thing. It lost his lug nuts, and the wheel fell off. So our Robert went to go get the guy that was on Route 2, and our boss Mike went to get the guy that was on 41. Because the dude went down 41, because they were right there in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you know where Cabela's is at?
Yeah.
He said he was like almost like 15 minutes away from there. So they're coming down 41, that shit happened. So it was on a Friday, but the girl that does like all of our billing, she wasn't there like that day.
Yeah.
And the guy was Hispanic, so Mike walks out and goes, "Hey man, can you come give me a hand? Like this guy's Hispanic. I don't think he understands that because he was trying to pay with a credit card, but a lot of times people pay with credit card, they leave, they cancel it,
Yeah.
so that way we get fucked at the end. You know, they get their car or whatever. So Mike tells me, he goes, just let this guy know our credit card machine's broken. You know, tell him in Spanish. I don't know if he understood me. You know, I don't want no complications. Like yeah. So I go in there, you know, because I'm the only Hispanic around there.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to this guy. I'm like, you know, our credit card machine's broken. The lady's not here to fix it. Like, there's nothing we can do. We can only do cash. It was like a $2,000 bill for like 2 vehicles, a couple days of storage. So we charge $45 a day.
That's not even that bad.
Exactly, and it's like people don't get it. Like that's state law. Like we don't want to. Like, we don't care to charge them the vehicles because we
Yeah.
get it in tows. But state-wise, we have to charge something, and 45 is the minimum. You look at online, $45 is the minimum. Some people go up to $200 a day storage. Exactly. So we're like, dude, you don't get it. So I'm telling this guy, I'm like, listen, dude, our credit card machine's broken. We got a couple banks right down the road. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. We're like, dude, we'll call the banks. I will personally call them. You can stand here and I'll say, like, tell them.
Yeah.
Like, this guy needs money, but he's got an ATM card or whatever. He just needs to pull the money out of his account, you know? So I'm trying to tell this guy, like, nice as hell. And he's over there. I know why you won't take my card. And, like, you guys are racist. I know what type of business this is. I'm just thinking, I'm sitting there, like, because he walked out, he was pissed off. I'm like, man, we can only do cash. That's it. So this guy's, like, walking out. He goes, I know what type of business this is. Fucking racistas. Or racistas is racist in Spanish. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I look at my boss. I'm like, dude, he walked out the door, just mumbled racist. So then, you know, we're like, all right, like, is he gonna come back? Whatever. Like, you guys' car's out back.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to the bank, whatever, comes back, and he had the cash money. So then we told him, like, dude, like, this is all you had to do. Well, my boss is, like, standing in the background because, you know, he's already pissed off that you call him racist. You know,
Yeah.
like, trying to help him out, like, not charge him a fuck ton. He just doesn't get it. But, because he was already frustrated, you know? And it happened to us before where people pay with credit card,
And
they walk
cancel
out, and they
it.
cancel it, and then we're
Yeah.
fucked, you know? So my boss, so he walks back in, he's got the cash, and he goes, I know why you won't take my fucking cards because I'm Hispanic, this and that. I'm like, dude, he I work here, like, I'm talking to you. How is he racist? Well, that's when he walks up, he goes, dude, he walks up to this guy, and he goes, right now, I could call any black guy on my fucking phone, and I could ask him, am I fucking racist? And after that, dude, like, this whole fucking demeanor just changed after that, dude. And, like, after that, like, he's trying to ask us for help, like, because where we had his vehicles, like, we lined them up, like, one in front of the other, like, one in
Yeah.
front of the other. So, and I was already going to take our Bobcat out there, to go hook a chain up, pull the trucks out, so that way he could work on them free, like,
Yeah.
you know, he's got all this space, you know. If he needs them lift up, I can lift them up, put some, like, wood underneath. I actually told the guy, I'm like, dude, we're going to help you fix your vehicles. Like, we're not going to do it, but we're going to help you, right?
Yeah.
So this dude was, like, fucking pissed. Fucking straight racist, dude, right? So we're like, what the fuck? So then he's out, like, out back trying to get his vehicles. He's like, he walks up to me, he goes, like, I was working on a truck, and he goes, hey, man, is there any way you can help me? I actually looked at him, I'm like, are we fucking racist if we help you, dude? Like, I'm literally talking to you. Like, we're trying to, like, get an understanding here. Like, our machine is broken, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like, this dude was, like, pissed. And I'm out there, like, trying to help him out. And he's like, man, I really appreciate it. I'm like, dude, you gotta go apologize to my boss, dude. Like, I don't give a shit what you say to me. It's what you say to him that pisses me off. Because
Yeah.
you're calling my boss racist when I'm the only Hispanic here out of 3 white guys.
Yeah.
And we're trying to help you out, trying to be fair. And this guy's just, like, going on and on, dude.
Oh, I've
I love it.
had so many experiences like that. And you know,
Yeah.
Maryville, it's a lot of people of color and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People of color.
Of color, niggers.
Niggers.
Aren't you still screaming?
Yo, the black guy?
I only said that because when Eli came in, that's like all he was saying, and I'm like, are you
JGTA.
racist? Why you keep saying it?
What did Liam say? Anyways, back to what I
My
was
brother
saying.
said that the other weekend.
Um,
I'm like, oh my god.
So, like, have you been in that Hot Topic up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
So, you know, at the very, very front, there's like that stage. There's usually shit on top of it.
Yeah.
It's hollow. So, if someone like potentially sits down on that, it can break underneath them, and then like, that's on us.
Press that Windows
So
button.
we have like a rule that like
Right here.
you can't sit on there.
Press that
you
Windows
can't do
button.
anything like that, which should be basic knowledge.
Yeah, you shouldn't sit on something. Yeah.
Yeah, this woman came in, and she's like older, and we've had people ask all the time if we have like chairs or anything
So
that's
for some
going
reason,
down.
Bluetooth.
But like we're always like, oh, there's a bench like right over here if you want to go outside and sit down.
Exactly, right outside the store. Like,
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
Well, this woman, I didn't talk to her, but one of my other managers went up to her and was like, hey, I'm so sorry, but like you can't sit on there. It is hollow. We don't want you to get hurt potentially, anything like that. And she freaks out and says that he's racist and all this other stuff. And we're like, I just want to make sure you don't get hurt, man.
Exactly, yeah.
I've had that one happen, and then like
Come on, dude.
it was during holiday. It gets really busy in that store. We can have over 1,000 people in the store in one day, easily.
That's fair though.
And I have like one girl greeting. I have both doors open. There's only like 5 or 6 of us like on the floor, like on register, stuff like that.
Fair.
So it can get very busy very quickly.
Create your team.
Especially holidays, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my actual store manager was there, and like I was on register, and then this lady comes up to my store manager and was like,
Is there an
hey,
update?
can I talk to you about something really quick?
Yeah,
And
maybe.
my boss, I love my boss. My boss is a fucking bitch.
Fair enough, fair enough.
So she's like, yeah, that's fine, and like I can hear them like behind like the register.
Scout
They still have
Boys.
like space back there where like the band keys are and stuff.
Okay.
So like I can hear them back there, and all I heard was like, is that why I wasn't spoken to because I'm Hispanic? And like I like stop for a second and like quickly turn around and like make eye contact with my boss, and I was like, do you want me to say something?
Oh,
But my boss was
Can
like,
you give me
no,
a
it's
Bud
fine.
Light out of there, please? Thank you.
But this woman
Can you put him in
apparently
the fridge,
said,
babe?
huh?
Keep putting the fridge.
But this woman apparently said, because I had a white girl up front, and it's super fucking busy, so they can't talk to everyone, they can't greet everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No shit.
But was saying that she was racist because she didn't tell her the in-store sales. And I was like, I have signs everywhere. I'll read a sign.
No,
I don't
yeah,
tell
that's the
ya.
shit. See, like one day, we had a car on 41. First, the girl was speeding. She was doing 105 on 41. So our cop, and she just passed the secondary Lake Village exit, if that makes sense, like where that little gas station, not
Yeah.
Phil's, like 10 or 41, but like on the outskirts of Lake Village, you get that little curve right there.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
So right there, it's got that little brand of gas
They
station.
run
Well, the
into
lady
that,
was
right?
passing right there. Well, the cop was sitting at the gas station.
43.
So he pulls out. He even told us, he goes, dude, it took me 5 minutes. I literally 5 minutes
Yeah.
to catch up to this lady.
Nowhere.
And she finally pulled over, whatever.
Absolutely
Well,
nowhere.
the cop goes up to her and goes,
Absolutely nowhere.
ma'am, like, why are you speeding? She goes, I'm trying to get home. And like she's, like the cop even said, like she's talking really fast. Well, he noticed, like, because it was nighttime, so he used his flashlight. The front seat, like the passenger seat, the dash, the windshield, everything was covered in meth. So
Why?
yeah, so we got the call to come impound the vehicles and go in jail, right? So we go out there, we tow the vehicle, and the cop literally told our other mechanic Bob, because he's a tow truck driver, he goes, if you feel funny or anything, just pull over, call the ambulance. There's methamphetamine in the car. Because you just gotta get in the car, put it in neutral, so that way it just rolls up
Yeah.
easy, you know? Because you could drag it on the rollbed, but if you put it in neutral, it's so much easier on the vehicle. You know, because we got the keys, you know, turn the key, put it in neutral, roll it right up. So he tells the mechanic that, he tells Bob and everything. So he gets back to the lot, and then a couple of days later, like maybe 4 days later, the girl gets out of jail. You know, she got arrested, you know, methamphetamine, you know, speeding, whatever. Well, they instructed us to not get in the vehicle. And, you know, because we deal with Indiana State, Newton County,
Yeah.
and Indiana State went there because Newton County had to call them, like, you know, there's drugs in the car. Well, they realized that she left Hopkins, and they did whatever they did, you know, they got the dealer, whatever the shit they did, you know. And this girl, maybe 5 days later, she comes to get her vehicle. So she was at like $1,000 charge, you know. She pays it, you know, no hesitation there. She walks out to her car, and I personally walked her out because we got our lot, and when we get somebody,
Like that.
Plymouth Motors.
Oh, literally right over there. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because we do the light and heavy towing.
Yeah.
So, but we're the only ones in Newton County. So anything on 41 or 65, sometimes we get. So I'm walking out to her car. She's talking to me. She goes, "Man, Les tow company that towed my vehicle up in Hammond, I saw them personally. They rolled my car off. They bent my frames. You know, did you guys do that?" I'm like, "No, man. I'm like, we had your keys. We loaded it properly. Like, we have a procedure here. We're not just like, you know, we're up north is different. People get up there, they just dump the cars and go, right? We're like, ma'am, that's not our main business. You know, we're a mechanic shop. That's just a secondary side job we do." She's like, "So you guys are loaded, right?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I was like, "We're out here." I was just bullshitting with her. I'm like, "We were out here, you know, we make sure the cars come down, and we got cameras, you can check, whatever." And then she goes up to the car, she's walking around, she goes, "Who drove my car?" I said, "Man, you were driving your car." She goes, "Nah, some motherfucker drove my," she started getting, she was a white girl too, you know, and she's like, "Some motherfucker drove my car down a gravel road." I'm like, "Man, did you go to Hopkins?"
Oh, get off.
Yeah, I was in
Get
Hopkins.
off me, boy.
You went on gravel road.
Man, there's gravel roads out of Hopkins. There's no nice roads in there.
No.
And she's like, "Oh no, that's some bullshit." You know, I was down 41. I'm like, "Man, no one drove your car here." You know, like she's freaking out. She goes, "Who put these pin?" Like she had like some decal stickers. You know, like people like put like pinstripes on their car,
Yeah.
like paint it. Well, she had the stickers on. She goes, "Who the fuck put this on my car?" I'm like, "Man, your car's been here 5 days. Like, you want to check our cameras? Like, there's nothing here." She started getting pissed at me. She goes, "Someone drove my motherfucking car." I'm like, "Man, you drove the car." Like, and then she's freaking out. I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, you know, I call my boss up and I'm telling her, "Man, like, dude, she's like freaking out on me, you know." And he goes, "Are we gonna call the fucking cops?" And then and I was like, "Ma'am, if you keep acting like this, I'm gonna have to call the police department." She goes, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you're acting
Being
pretty
hysterical.
irate, you know, like you're pretty like irate towards me when we just towed your car off 41, brought it here." I'm like in our back lot, it's all dirt, and it's pretty warm out. I'm like, "Man, there is dirt here. We do constantly drive semi trucks back and forth through the lot, so there could be some dirt dust on your car." And dude, like after the whole fucking cop deal, she just hopped in her car, but when she opened her door, you can still see like the crystals, dude. Like I'm just like, man, like, you know, like, and you really can't say shit because then
Yeah.
they try to bring it on us, you know.
Oh,
But
no.
it's like, dude,
I've had people tweaking in my store. And
it's
like,
crazy.
most of the time, I'm like, if you're not hurting anyone, I don't care. But I had this one guy come in and he was acting fucking
It's on
even for someone high.
coach
I mean, he
suggestion
was out
all
of
day
it.
long.
So like, I know all the security guards of the mall.
Yeah.
I know a few of the police in Maryville because I have to fucking talk to them so often. But like, I
No
had
damn
called
way really
security
get
and I was
yards
like,
on
"Hey,
that."
he's not harming anyone, but he is making a lot of people uncomfortable, and like, I have kids in the store all the time. I can't have him in here and like freaking out on them." This guy, we have like security just like do a walkthrough. So if we're ever like feeling uncomfortable or anything like that, if we think someone's stealing, we can just be like, "Hey, I just need a walkthrough in here really quick." And it usually just spooks him out maybe. this guy sees security and it freaks the fuck out. Like, it's trying to fight
Got him
security
in a head
type
start.
freak out.
Shit.
I've had, oh god, what? There was that shooting that happened up in the mall a few months ago. It was my
See.
only day off. So, like, I had to,
Oh shit.
I like called my
Jesus.
boss as soon as I saw, like, Facebook headlines and stuff. And I was like, you guys are fine, right? Like, we've had that happen. We've had SWAT come through.
Fair enough.
And no, it's fucked crazy. The amount, like, the
Dude.
shooting that happened was over new Jordans, I think they dropped.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It wasn't over the holiday or no?
Oh no, it was a few months ago.
Oh, okay. I know there was a holiday one where it was like somewhere over like shoe
Maybe it
Carnival
was-
or Foot Locker or something.
Maybe it was last year. It wasn't Foot Locker. It was upstairs.
Okay.
It was
That's
upstairs down.
Champion, ain't it?
I
No,
think
Champion is downstairs. They're over by where Sears was, I think.
I think.
Unless they change it again, dude. They change that
Where
shit a lot.
you could see where the fucking bullet hole was. It was down by the food court, like upstairs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they completely. You could see where the bullet hole had like passed through, because it
Oh,
went
I'm
through
not getting that.
one of like the glass barriers up on
shit.
like up on the second level.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
See if we can run this Cowboys thing again.
Sketchy ass.
Dude. Do you know Angela Smart?
Yeah, I know Ruby.
Do you know her sister, Haley?
I don't know her personally, but I know of her.
Sticks.
So, we had
That's
the other
all.
guy, Bob Drinsky. You know, he's the one that does the towing. You know, it's our boss and then Bob.
Yeah.
Well, Bob went to Sturgis up in North Dakota, so our boss was like, "Hey, I need you to do
Yes,
the
I
towing.
know.
You know, just all the light duty shit." I'm like, "I got you, dude."
Yeah.
Well, we're leaving work. We're like
All
waiting
that.
to leave, right? So then we got a call that there was an impound up in Mount Air. So our boss calls me, or his wife. He goes, "Hey, I need you to go up to Mount Air. It's an impound. The cops are there. Just go there and go there and see what they need you to do."
Scott,
Alright, that's cool. So I drive up there. The first person I fucking see, dude, is Haley Smart. You know, and she's always been a big girl, but
Play for money.
Bigger.
you know, if she has her arm behind her back and shit. Well, it was the two cops that I always
Yeah,
fuck
you
with.
suck.
It was
8.
Strawberry,
You're just max. You can't
Strawberry,
play with this,
and
bro.
then it was Fellman.
Download
So
Madden,
I'm sitting
they
there
can
and
play
I'm
right
like
now, I swear
talking to
God.
Fellman because he's like, "Man, I just showed up," and Strawberry, he's been on this case for months, I guess. Like trying to they've been to domestic calls there at this
I'm
house
up.
like multiple times,
Yeah.
and like he was
2
making a case
TDs.
on him and shit.
That's fine.
Well, I showed up and Strawberry was going through the car,
I'm Dallas
and then
Cowboys, not
Tony
San
was just-
Francisco.
just saying, you know, just standing there by his cruiser, you know. He had the
Oh, bro,
Dodge,
I missed
the
that. I missed that
Strawberry
so
had a
bad.
Charger. So he's just chilling by his pickup. So I pull up, you know, and I go in front of the car or whatever. And then I get out and I'm just talking to Felmy. I'm like, "What's going on, man?" He
I
goes,
played in Madden for like a 15
"Strawberry's got a
game.
case, you know, he's trying to get something." I'm like, "All right, I got you." Well, then we're just talking, and
Oh,
then
shit.
Strawberry talks to Haley, and that's when I
Fucking
see her
bomb
get
that
out of the
shit.
car, like out of the cop car. I just see her face, and she looks at me, and I'm just like, I look at Felmy, I'm like, "Dude, I used to go to school with her fucking sister. Like,
Yeah.
I usually saw her in, like, when my 7th grade, she was a senior." So he's like, "You know her?" I'm like, "Not
Yeah.
know her, but, you know, I've heard
Know
about
of
her, you
her,
know?"
yeah.
So then we're just bullshitting, and then
We're on a
Strawberry,
second
you know,
monitor
puts her
or
back in the
something.
cop car, and then he opens the door, he goes, "Is there anything that you want to take with you to the jail, you know, because you're going to get precinct or whatever?" And it was a domestic case, but supposedly she beat her boyfriend up. So, I didn't see the boyfriend at all. I just saw
Yeah,
her.
bro, I
Like,
missed
they
all
were
those
outside
tackles.
the house already, in the car, whatever.
As soon as
So,
Richard comes
Strawberry looks at Felmy and goes,
starts
"Hey, did you
talking
go
that
through her
smack,
purse? Because she
that's when I
keeps
start
insisting that she
sucking.
needs her purse." And then Felmy was like, "Nah, dude, I just showed up, you know, right before he showed up."
Yeah.
And then so we're talking, and then Strawberry's going through the purse. He pulls out like a little like black purse, you know, like a fake Louis Vuitton type deal.
Yeah.
You can tell like it was all off-brand shit.
Yeah.
He opens it up, pulls out $3, and then puts it back, and he's still looking. Puts it back in, and he sets it aside. When he puts his hand back in her purse, it was a big ass fucking purse, dude. And she pulls out a little like baggie.
Damn.
I'm just like, "What's that?" And then like both the cops are looking. They're like, "What do you think it is?" He's like, "Methamphetamine." Well, now they
It's
got
very
these
black
type
as
of
punk.
kits. You know, like before they put the kit, like the powder in a like little
Yeah.
thing and they shake it up. Well, now they got
Oh, I
this thing
took
where
the
it's on their
kicker thing
phone.
out,
It's
though.
like that the RQ code.
Oh.
And so they, like, he was talking Strawberry, Felmy was, and he goes, "You want to do the test real quick?" And then
Damn, I
and
should've
he was
kicked
like,
her
"No, I'll
right.
just let
Fuck.
precinct do it, whatever." So I looked at Felmy, I'm like, "Hey man, Bob gets to see all this cool shit. Like,
oh.
what
Yeah,
are you
just
talking
do
about?
this one time.
Yeah, like, can you do it?
Greg
Because
got
like, he's
out
on
there, like,
vacation.
30-yard
I'm the
line.
tow guy. He
Fine.
goes, I got you, dude. So, and then he walks to his truck. He goes, hey, can I show Martin real quick? And
Cooper on a
Strawberry's
slant
like,
in the 40.
yeah, go ahead, dude. You know, what
Middle
we
of
doing
40.
here?
Yeah.
Then you go, Strawberry's like, I got the kit in my truck. It's literally like a
Oh,
small black
They're on a
briefcase type
flag?
deal. And it's got like little like dials you gotta use and shit. It's
Yeah.
fucking cool. And then he takes out this little sample,
Get this
and
screen
you know
play.
you literally have your THCs, your fucking it said like medicine, so like
Yeah,
all your
just
coatings
call
and
it
everything,
something,
Yeah.
and then your it said fuck, I can't remember what the fuck
I have
it was
coops on
blue,
this
green, and then
Cowboy slant.
orange. And
Yep.
he right where the orange was, he pulled that little test out, and then he
I
pulled
got
his
that
phone
first
out and he
down
goes,
on
"Watch.
virus.
Now I scan this before I use it, and it'll tell me that if it's good or bad,
Your option.
And so he scans it, and it popped up,
You can do this.
like in the app they use right away. Positive, good test, whatever. So then like it flashed green, so he goes, okay, that's how you know it's good. Well, he
pull
opens
and
up the
guard,
baggie and he
then
takes out like a
fucking-
little stick, and he goes, it's almost like a pregnancy test. You put it inside
Yeah.
the bag,
Wow.
you just gotta get enough residue on it. He goes, you don't even gotta soak it,
For-
like a baggie
for
like this, because you saw the white on the bag. So he's like, you just rub it on the stick, where he puts it back inside the test, and he crushes 2 little pills. He shakes it up for like a couple seconds, and he scans it again.
Bro, how did I
Instantly,
miss
dude,
that?
it went from green to red, and it started
So
like
you
saying
had Coops.
methamphetamine, methamphetamine. And the guy goes, Strawberry's got a case now. I'm like, holy shit! And
go,
it's just
baby.
instant like that, dude. And then Strawberry goes and goes, ma'am, you got methamphetamine in your possession. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get these charges.
Yeah.
Well, Haley's, you just hear her. I gotta take my fucking kid to school tomorrow. And he goes, ma'am, you're not gonna be able to. Well, you hear, call my mom. Tell her to take my kid to fucking preschool tomorrow. And I'm like, you got a kid, and you're on this shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Slant right
and
in
it's
the
like,
middle.
fucking, they put her in the
Told
car,
you.
and they're like,
I was
alright, dude.
low, but
here's her car keys. However you want to load the car. I'm like,
Save
I'm
her.
gonna get in the car. I'm gonna back up,
That's
pull it
right
right
at
to
the
my
foot
truck,
pass.
pull it right up.
Yeah.
And they're like, go ahead.
Fuck.
Well, fucking, I'm doing this, dude. Her car smells like dog shit, dude. Like bad. And I'm just
I knew
thinking,
that was
like,
gonna happen.
I used to go to school with this bitch.
Yeah.
Like at least she used to go in the same building, dude. It's like a
It's
couple years, and then like drugs drug you that far. But dude, like, she was fucking big, dude. Like,
yeah.
big.
I've seen a shit ton of people up at the mall from school. I see Gracie Stevens every now and then. Keegan Anderson and Dyson Q-Fall. I see them every now and
No
then.
shit.
Blaine Pork.
Young
I see Blaine with his
whippersnappers.
girlfriend all the time.
I've seen Blaine in a hot minute. Last time I saw him, he was up in Fair Oaks. He was doing the opposite reports inside. He
Balls,
was like on the
knee
top,
ball,
and I'm
knee
like
ball.
scared as shit. I look up and I see Blaine. I'm like, Blaine, what are you doing? He goes, I work here, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like,
We
what
got a
the
minute.
fuck?
39.
I see him. He's always over at the Rensselaer Walmart. Every single fucking time I go, I run into him.
That
Um,
shit.
Oh
But
shit.
like besides that, I don't understand.
Damn, I
it.
took
Like,
out
the
a
last
huge loss
people I
there.
really saw was I was friends with April and Justin and Chris and them, and I don't fucking talk to them anymore.
I would say all I know is that Chris just like moved out of the state with April.
Happened was, I was dating Caden for a while, and like I didn't tell anyone, but Caden was extremely abusive.
I don't ever worry about stuff like that.
Not physically,
Savannah
but
hit
like
this on this
emotionally.
little
Okay.
curve
Found out
play.
she was cheating on me. I found that out after we had split up. So like the person that
Horse
he cheated
collar or
on me with,
something?
I'm one of their best friends now.
It's nice.
But she had cheated on me,
Figure.
and he moved out of States, Kentucky.
So yeah, I'm
And
just gonna
I'm
run
still
this
friends
in.
with Chris and Israel and all of them. And I told them about everything that happened because I didn't fucking tell anyone. So like I told them that happened and all the other shit he did. So they had like cut him off and everything. Well, I found out. I went to dinner with the
Oh,
person that
shit.
cheated on me with, and we
Damn.
were talking about everything and like going back and forth with our stories and stuff. Well, I found out that they were also in contact with him after they had told me that they wanted nothing to do with him. After I told them everything that had happened.
Good.
Like if I still had all the messages, all the proof of what happened, he would be in jail.
Damn, I
I'll
definitely could
put
have
it
recovered that. I definitely should have.
But I
You're
found
right,
out all of
hit
that and
stick.
I cut all of them off. And I found out out that they all moved down there with them. Besides Justin. Justin still lives up here, and I think Dakota still lives up here.
I was say, dude, Dakota,
Chansey.
yeah, he worked with the Indiana State people
Yep.
with the highway
I
department.
know, yeah.
Every time, dude, I go to Village Motor, or I gotta go, like, whenever we got, like, a truck that runs out of fuel or something, and
Yeah.
we gotta go fuel up a truck, he's always right there. It was always nighttime, dude. No, yeah.
shit.
No
So,
shit.
yeah. I know he works over there.
Come on, man.
I'm not sure exactly where Justin works anymore, because he was jumping job from job. But yeah, I know Chris and April had a kid.
Dude, that kid looks just like Chris.
Yes.
And that is scary, dude. Like, you look at the little girl and you just see Chris's face, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even see April, you see Chris.
I was only around their daughter for God.
Hold on, I'm not by
really
2
more,
touchdowns,
like 2
so.
months. And that's after and then I cut them off.
Oh,
So I know they moved down there. I think they're living with Kaden, actually. But that's the last I heard of them. I haven't walked on everything. So
Yeah, dude. Oh, shit.
yeah.
30.
Now, see, like, I was talking to Chris, like, again, I really don't understand, like, how I added Reese Telford and then Chris on Snapchat.
Yeah.
But I think it was just, like, people that, like, post on their story. But see, my Snapchat, if someone posts something on their story, it automatically adds them. But it's done that ever since the update.
Let's
So,
go,
like,
Coops.
You kind of, like, just go through the story, and then it says, like, a couple hours later, like, whenever they accept my friend request or whatever, it says that they accepted my request. So I'm thinking, I'm like, who, like, Chris? I'm like thinking who this was. Well, then he sent me a
Alright,
message. He
whatever.
goes, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Martin." He goes, "Herrera?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"From North Noon?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, what's up?" Like, yeah, like, you know, like, you see, like, in elementary school, like 6th grade, me and him were fucking, like, inseparable.
Yeah.
But then as soon as we hit high school, like, middle school pretty much,
Yeah.
it was, me and him still talked, but it was more or less, he was with, like, Reese and everybody else,
Be nice.
and, you know,
when
we're
you
doing
go,
our own
be
thing.
nice.
But then, so we started
That's my
talking
brother.
again. I was like, "Dude, how you been?" He goes, "Oh, dude, good. You know, April's having a kid." I'm like, "Dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, we gotta hang out." He goes, "Oh, dude, we'll make plans." Well, then, like, the day that we're gonna make plans, I texted him that day. I'm like, "We're still hanging out?" He goes, "Dude, I'm sorry. I moved out of state." I was like, dude, like, we couldn't see each other at least or something, you know? But, like, dad, you moved out of
Just got
state.
fucked.
I was like, "Damn, dude, like, I at least wanted, like, to see you at least. Like, it's been a couple years
Yeah,
since high school at
13
least, you know?"
seconds.
Yeah.
But, nah, dude, like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
My mom still has April on Facebook. So
gotcha.
I had like found out from Sydney, and Sydney was like, "Hey, they moved to Kentucky," and I was like, that's strange." And my
Alright.
mom, like, I came home because I was living with my mom at the time.
Yeah.
I came home and she goes, "Did you know April moved out of state?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, you're the second or third person
go.
to tell me today."
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
That's crazy. See, I mean, that's really crazy to think about Kaden because you saw him in high school and he was just like
yeah,
a shy kid, you know?
yeah, you would have never expected it. But like,
Yeah.
it
We
was
gotta finish this game.
nuts, Martin. I mean, he told when we had split up, he had
If I
told
score on this
everyone
next touchdown, I'm
that,
ending this game.
I had pushed him down a flight of stairs and broke his
If I
elbow.
score on this next
So
drive,
you
I
were the
should
bad
say.
person,
Yes,
is what he was
I
saying.
was the abuser apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, he had lied to me. I went to Ball State for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right before COVID had hit. That's why I had left.
Alright, I'm gonna give myself one
But
time.
he had texted me one night and he's like,
I
"Hey,
score
I fell down
in
at
2
Joel's.
plays.
Like, I have to go to the hospital. Like, I think my elbow's broken." And I was like, "That's fine. Just like keep me updated. Let me know what's going on." Well, I
Okay.
found out
If I score on this
through
next play, I'm
Sydney, the
ending the
person that
game.
cheated on me with, he had told his mom that I pushed him down a flight of stairs and broke his elbow. And apparently,
one
I used
pass.
to beat him and all this other stuff. And I had met
I'm
up
done.
with him a little bit after we had split up, and I had told him because I was fucking dating Trevor at that point, so it was a while, probably like a year after we had split up, something like that. Because I still
So
have
we're
all
gonna
the
score
shit.
on this.
I burned most of it.
Yeah, we've been a
But
chance
I still
scoring
have
on this.
like his piano, all this other shit. And he wanted it back, so I was like, "Okay, we can meet
Ah,
up and we
fuck,
can
I
talk
was
about
gonna
it.
finish
We'll
this
be
game.
civil." So I had told him, I was like, "Hey, I heard that you said I used to beat you." He goes, "Oh no, I would never say that, nothing like that." And I was like, okay, because if I did, people would know. Because I'd make sure I'd left marks. And he got real quiet after that. But, yeah, fucking crazy.
That's crazy. Dude. See, that's crazy because I knew Caden when he went to fucking, Lincoln. You know, he was like the fucking new kid, the shyest fucking kid.
Yeah,
Even on the movie.
yeah. It's because his mom's fucking
Let me see
psycho.
if I can play GTA after
His
this.
mom. I've never really
I don't know why I wasn't allowed to
been
do it.
around someone like that narcissistic. She nuts. Like,
Oh damn man,
Uh,
Dallas defense is no
crazy.
joke.
we had went out to dinner one night. She's also a really big racist. I found that out on accident. We had went out to dinner, and it's like a Sunday afternoon, so it's busy. People right after church want to go out to eat. And they were complaining about how long the food was taking and all this other stuff. And his grandma turns to us and goes, "This is why we can't have black people in management."
Bro, what are you throwing to?
And I I stopped eating and I turned to Kate and I was like, "Do you want to say something or should I? Just, I'm not gonna be nice about this."
That's fair.
But crazy shit, man. He wants. Oh, when he had wanted his stuff back originally, right after we had split up, I was still living with my sister because she was living with me there as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I give him a time and everything, and I'm like, "Hey, do not
There
bring
you go.
Sydney, because I will be going to jail, if they show up."
No, I mean, yeah, it's reasonable, right?
And my stepdad knows all the Newton County cops. So, like, he knows most of the people in
So
Newton
where were you guys living at?
County. Good one.
Okay. Okay, yeah. That's still New County.
Yeah, it's still Newton
See,
County.
man, this.
Well, he shows up 20 minutes later with one of the cops. And, like,
Let's go.
everyone inside the house, it's me, my sister, my
Wait, your
stepdad.
stepdad or show up with the cop?
Oh my
No,
God.
Caden showed up with cops.
Okay.
Um,
I'm trying to get to
Yeah, no.
okay, yeah.
Caden had showed up with cops, and I had asked, this was like before Trevor and I had gotten together, because I had asked him originally, because I didn't know if my stepdad was going to be able to come, and I didn't want it to just be me and my sister and my niece, and what if they try something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
So I had originally asked
Still
Trevor,
plays Daydream though.
Dominic, I was going to have David there, and Luke or Sam, just to make sure he doesn't try anything.
No, yeah.
But he, first of all, tries to, like, walk straight into my sister's house. And my stepdad, like, got a hold of him and pushed him down, like, on the ground. It was like, "If you come in here, like, I am killing you."
No, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just being a dick about it.
Yeah.
Not trying to be
Guns.
respectful. Like
Yeah.
trying to
Guns.
resolve the issue like
Games
an
over
adult.
with.
You're trying to be a dick.
Yeah. Well, he
Okay.
brought
I'm calling an
Dakota
Oculus
as well.
kickoff.
And then, cop gets out of the car, and he looks at my stepdad and goes, "Eva, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at work?" And Caden's face drops.
Yeah, because he's bringing the cop.
Yeah.
He's thinking he's on his side, and then
Which,
oh,
which
yeah.
made no sense
Yeah, okay.
because,
Let's
like,
go on this next.
Caden,
next
wherever
play.
I lived at that time,
Yeah,
Caden
well,
lived with me. Like,
Okay, yeah.
he moved out of his mom because he didn't want to be there. So he lived with me wherever.
Okay.
Which is nuts because he knew
Shit.
my family knows all the cops. So why
Yeah,
would you
no
bring
way
him
I
to the
snagged
cops?
that, bro.
Yeah, dude.
When you knew it wasn't gonna work out for you.
Fuck.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna score on this right here on Coops.
Dude, man, that's crazy. See, so when I was with Destiny, right? So she was a controlling bitch.
Oh yeah.
Cooper
Austin
had
and
like
Noah,
300 fucking 7
right?
yards.
Literally 2 streets
So I just
over,
kick
right?
a field
And it
goal.
was when I was still with her, and I tell her the day before, "Hey, when I get off of work, I'm going to Noah and
What the
Austin's
fuck?
house. I'm
Yeah.
taking my Xbox, and we're literally gonna set up some TVs, and we're just gonna have a game session." She goes, "Oh no, there's gonna be bitches there. I need to go." I'm like, "You don't need to go. There's not gonna be any bitches there, right?" Well,
Because
then,
they're just playing games.
exactly, it's just literally a group of guys just hanging out. You're gonna be the only girl,
Yeah.
and it's just a guy's fit. Well, she would flip out on me, dude. Like, you can't go, all this shit. So then, her dad would even be like, "Dude, you need to let this
Let's see how far
motherfucker
we'll
live."
feel, but like,
Yeah.
He works, and at the time I was living there with her because I moved in with her. I literally took my shit from my parents' house, moved in with her because
Yeah.
that's what she wanted. And then her dad's like, "Dude, this
Alright,
motherfucker
guys,
lives
I'm
with
calling
you.
that game
He works,
53
comes home to you.
17.
What more do you want? He wants to go down the fucking road.
Let's see if I can
I'll
return
take him
this.
down the road, right?"
Yeah.
And it's she was controlling, right? So then they wanted to move to Florida, break up with the bitch. And then I straight told her that, I'm like, dude, this is nothing with you. It's just, so before I got together with her, after junior year, 2 days later, me and my sister was gonna move down to Florida because her boyfriend at the time, his family was gonna start a business down there. Because they had the money, they were gonna do a hurricane shelter business. So then I'm
What's
like,
up, Del? Where
I
you
want to
at, bro?
go. And they're like, you know, they completely said, yeah, come, you know, you work for us, all this shit. You know, you be down in Florida. I was down there for 4 months. My dad was sending some. So my dad was talking to another one of his friends' wife, girlfriend type deal. They weren't married, right? So they were his girlfriend, wife, whatever, was sending like my dad. You know, they were sending like dirty messages to each other. Well, one day my mom calls my sister, and you know, she's like, my sister straight ran out of the room. And then, so at that point, I knew something was wrong because she was talking to my mom. Because every time I talk to my mom too, and we'd be completely good, you know, tell her like how we been, what I did, whatever, you know. And then like that was it. Well, she ran out of it, so I knew something was up. So then she came back and she was crying. I'm like, what's going on, dude? She's like, you don't want to know. I'm like, I
Kind of do want to know.
I should know at least, you know. It's my mom. But then she tells me that everything happened with my dad. So then I'm like,
I don't even know how
you know,
to
like
let
we're
you
4
go,
months
honestly,
in
dude.
down there. I'm like, I want to go back. You know, I want to be there for my mom because, you know, because my mom was like, I'm moving to Mexico. I'm leaving your dad, whatever. I wanted to make sure that my mom was, you know, like,
Nursing her all the
Okay,
time.
yeah, like okay, you know, yeah. So I'm like, I want to go back. So I moved back down here and then went back to North Newman. That was my senior year, whatever. And then, you know, I didn't get to graduate because I hit Ben Wing in the ball. So you know, I got my diploma. I just didn't get to walk. That was the only thing. Like Taylor told me, you don't get to fucking walk. All right, bitch. I don't give a shit. I don't gotta sit. I don't gotta sit through that. So whatever. And then, I get with Destiny because I started working with her dad. 'Cause I started hanging out with Seth. You know, because me and him would always smoke weed right after school. We go to his house, fucking burn up. I go home, whatever. Well, then one day, because Jason had his lawn mowing service and then a tree service. Well, then he was cutting wood up, and then we got there, we're smoking. Well, then he showed up after work, and he had cut some logs up because he, you know, he split wood and then he sold to people, like at the campground, like at Oak or whatever, Route 65.
Oh yeah, right over here.
Yeah, Lake Holiday. So he'd sell wood to them. So he had a quota that he had to meet to take wood to people. So he's out there like, it's like 7 o'clock at night, and he's splitting wood. So then, you know, he walked in the house, he goes, Seth, can you fucking help me, dude? Like, I just gotta split a couple more pieces of wood, that's it. And I gotta go deliver it. And Seth's like, fuck no, dude, I'm not doing that. I just got off school. So then I'm high as shit, I'm like, you need some help, dude? And he goes, nah, I fucking got it. Well, he walks
This is
outside,
a sad
and you know,
game.
I walk out there, and I'm just like, dude, you need some help, dude? Like, you know, like, we're good. Like, do you need some help? He goes, if you don't mind, dude. So we're sitting there, we're splitting wood and shit, dude, and we're having a good conversation,
60
you know?
aside,
That was
same
before I was
way.
even, like, just even thinking about dating Destiny. So, he's like, you know, like, we split wood for, like, 3 hours. So it's, like, almost, like, 11 o'clock at night. And he looks at me and goes, are you in school? I was like, I was, but I just got kicked out because, you know, I told him what happened. I hit Ben Wing in the balls, but that was my, like, third strike, you know, like, third strike, I'm out type of shit that Taylor told me. So I'm like, so technically I'm expelled, but he goes, so you need a job? I'm like, I could use a job. He goes, don't work for me, dude. We'll do, you know, I got some tree services coming up, some lawn mowing services. I was like, hell yeah, dude. So I started working with him, and then that was all fucking cool, dude. And like a month later, he goes, you know, his girlfriend at the time walks up to me, and goes, you should date his daughter. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's something like no, and I'm thinking in my head like, her dad's cool. I fuck with Seth. You know, like, I get money, whatever. I'm not in school. I don't got shit to do. So then I'm, you know, me and Destiny start dating. Well, then, that's when it completely fucking changed. Like, when I realized that she's a crazy fucking bitch.
I realized she was crazy in school, Martin. I like heard you guys got together and I was like, fucking poor Martin.
But see, I never really talked to her in school because she was always the reject in school, right?
The thing is, like, I didn't talk to anyone in school. I stayed to myself. I didn't care
That's a
about
fact. I know you, yeah.
But like the shit I heard about everyone, I was like, oh, Destiny's fucking crazy.
And she was, but at the same time, like, so we dated for 6 months, and then after the 6 months, I was like, whatever, I can deal with this. So then we got to our year, and then we got to our year and 6 months, and that's when she really started being crazy. Because that's when, like, I actually wanted to go do shit. Like, even hang out with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's girls involved. I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even go down the fucking 2 streets over to Noah's house, dude. And fucking, so, I'm just like, this is fun. So then they're moving and everything. So that was my, like, ticket out.
Yeah.
And that's when I met her, like, 2 years, like, a year later, I met her. Ever since then, dude, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I've been happy. You
And
know?
it's like, when I had, split up with Caden, Caden hated Trevor, by the way. Like, fucking hated him. Well, I had, like, gotten back into contact with Trevor, and we were, like, talking back and forth, just, like, catching up,
Yeah.
seeing how everything's going. And, like, I took, like, 6 months to myself, and then Trevor and I got together.
See, but I don't understand.
But, like, I didn't
Why doesn't that
realize
show
how normal it was to,
anything
I don't know,
for
not
when I'm...
panic about everything constantly.
You don't gotta worry about
Yeah.
it.
I panic about everything, and it's
Yeah.
not even anything he did. It's just like previous trauma.
See, and so like, and then like, so she was working at Bozeman, like right down the marathon right there. So I started one day. I just walked in because I had to go get. There was a truck out of fuel, and I remember perfectly. There was a truck out of fuel. Mike told me, hey, it was like almost like 5 o'clock. You know, we're almost done. He goes, hey, just run down to Bozeman's, grab some fuel, come back. I'll go with you. We'll get this job done. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So I go in there. I walk in. I see her. I'm just like, hey, she new face, you know. So you know, I pay whatever and I leave. Well then, I started realizing she worked there. So then I really like, I came in the
Yeah, I
next
know.
day, you know, see if she was there. She wasn't there. So then I'm like, alright, fuck it. She's on
What
like
does
part
it
time,
keep
whatever.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
keeps
then,
showing up.
I started going in there a little more, and then she was working. So then me and her started talking, and she goes, "Yeah, I got a boyfriend." So I'm like, "Ah, damn," because I mean, I just started Village. You know, I barely broke up with Destiny.
It's not
Fucking the house right down the road. I got that house from our bosses because they own it. So I started renting from them. So you know, I'm getting my shit together, right?
Yeah.
And then so I started talking to her, and I'm just like, and she's like, I got a boyfriend. I'm like, ah, damn. He goes, yeah. She's like, yeah, he's gonna come see me. He's got to bring me Subway, this and that. I'm like, damn, there goes my chance, right? Well, then like 2 days later, I come back in, and I'm like, how's your fucking boyfriend? She goes, oh, he didn't get to show up because his truck broke down and like halfway through here or something. I'm like, I live down the road, you know. Well, then Lori, the other manager, she fucking straight called me the fuck out.
I was like, that kid comes in here a lot. I see her every day. She goes,
You
not,
can't hear
not
me
before
that
you
good. Yeah,
start
I know.
working.
I don't have
Oh,
a
Literally, dude,
microphone,
like
so
she's the
I'm
one that
running
caught
on
my
this
eye,
little
dude. Like
headset
I walk in
thing.
there one
It's
night, I'm
not
like, ooh,
the
you know,
best.
like, hey, who's that?
Again,
You know, and I've never seen her ride this or a school or nothing, so I'm like, you know, that's pretty cool. But then we started dating and shit, and it's just, and it took off from there, dude.
He
you know?
like he did
I
one
will
of those.
see you
He
guys
was
tomorrow.
going
Thanks for
at your
watching.
Snapchat.